automatically creates a little bit of a duration to blend between animations sometimes. For example, here transition duration is 0.1. We don't, as it's a kind of pixel art game, we want it to switch from one animation to another straight away. We don't want it to kind of fade in between or anything like that. So we just have to check the new transitions that we made back here. So here we go. We don't want that. We don't want walking to stop after half a second, so we don't want it to have an exit time, and we don't want any transition duration. That's fine. And this one, see, look, this has a transition duration of 15 seconds. We don't want it to take 15 seconds to go from jumping to your idle position. So we'll do that. And we'll turn off the exit time. And these ones are all fine. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got a little system sorted out. What we need to do is go into our scripts and go into our player controller. And once this opens up here in Mono Develop, we should be able to, yeah, so we've got our animator, we've got our player movement, we've got our jumping up here as well. So after all that stuff, there we have our shooting. So after all that, we'll have another if statement here that will check for another key. So if input dot get key code dot let's use L for this one. So if that is true, then we'll simply go anim dot set bool sword. We're going to set it to true. Perfect. But we don't want it to stay true the whole time. We want it to activate true for that one frame of animation, and then the next frame we want it to go, oh, if sword is still true, then it's false. So we'll just put right before this, we'll just say if sword, then sword equals false. So what that does, it goes, if sword is true, then sword is equal to false. And that's just to make sure that whenever the player presses the button, it can restart the little sword stabby animation. So there we go, we'll save that, convert it if we need to, of course, go back to the game. And now, hopefully, if everything's gone according to plan, it should all be working fine. We'll see if that is actually true or not. Oh, compiler errors. The name sword does not exist in the current context. What is that happening? So on line 115. Oh, silly man that I am. Yes, of course sword doesn't exist. No, this little thing is completely wrong. We should do if anim dot get bool. I don't know where my head was going. If anim dot get bool sword. So if what it'll do is it'll check the state of the sword value or parameter in the animator, and if it finds that to be true, then it will go anim dot set bool sword to to false. That's what we want to do. We can't just randomly call sword when we have nothing, we've no variables for sword or anything like that. We're just making up crazy things there. Okay, so now hopefully it should compile properly for us. And yes, it's all good. So now we'll hit play. And if we walk up to an enemy, oh, there we go. We got a little sword, stabby out. Oh, it actually feels like it's a little bit too long, doesn't it? So let's tighten that up a little bit. So if we go back to our animator, change our exit time, change that down to 0.5. Because I feel like it feels much too long that the sword stays out for. That feels a bit better now. So we go chop, killed him, killed him. There we go, perfect. So we had a couple of people asking how you could, for example, destroy blocks. And as it stands here, like we can see, we can just like attack into those blocks, but nothing happens. And a very simple way to do it would be to kind of copy our hurt enemy script and make a few little changes. So we'll make a little script here, and we'll call this destroy block on contact. So we have all our blocks. Let me find if this will open. Wait for Mono Develops to do stuff. Come here. Okay, so we have all our ground blocks, and at the moment, as they're all like a bunch of separate objects, then we're able to interact with each individual object. Later on in the series, we're going to take a look at designing levels as a whole, so there'll be one big massive mesh. And with that, you wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now. What you'd actually need is like to have individual blocks that will be destroyed, but which you could put in place separately within Unity, which would be the ideal way to do it. But what we're going to do here is we're going to take our hurt enemy on contact. So we have all this stuff. We've damage give, migrated bodies 2D, all this stuff. That doesn't really, that does our bounce and all this. But the only thing that's actually important is this little section here. So we go to our destroy block on contact. We'll paste this in here, and we don't want this little section, and we don't want this little section. So actually, we could have just written this script. We're going to do destroy other dot game object. So what we need is a way to check for our ground. And at the moment, our ground, it has a layer assigned to it, but we haven't given it any tag. So it would actually make sense to give a tag to all these ground items here. So we don't have a ground tag. We'll just quickly go and we'll add a new tag here, and we'll call this ground. Perfect. And now if we highlight all these bad boys again and go to ground there like that, now they all have a tag of ground. So in our script, if we go other.tag equals ground, then it'll destroy that object. And you could have them with a certain specific tag, for example, like destroyable door or something like that. And you could set it up again. We could set it up in the same way, much the same way as the hurt enemy on contact. We could have a damage amount to give and give that bit of door, we could give that a certain enemy health amount if we wanted to, but we're just going to simply make it destroy. So if we hit play here, oh no, it won't do anything because we didn't attach the script to the object. So what we actually need to do is find our player, go to our player sword here, and add the component destroy block on contact. So now, once the game starts going, as you can see, up here we're perfectly fine. We'll kill this guy to get him out of here. And then, boop, oh, block's gone. Oh god, we fell down, now we're dead. Oh, it was probably a bad idea to destroy the block right below our checkpoint. But there you go, that's the basic idea of it. That's how it would work. How you could set up doors or something that are easy to be destroyed, or any other items or items of furniture. I don't know, whatever kind of stuff you want to have lying around your level. Can we destroy that? No, we can't destroy the spike because he's a different thing altogether. He isn't tagged spike, or he isn't tagged as the ground. But it's fun. We can destroy the whole world if we want to. Not that we really do. You could go around making a game like Terraria or something like that. Obviously, this will be the very basic start of it. There's a lot more other stuff you need to manage with stuff like that. But there you go. Yes, we've got our little attack for our enemy. We can jump on top of them. We can do a lot of different things now. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back, of course, with more 2D platformer goodness. I think in the next episode we're going to take a look at designing multiple levels and transition them from one level to another here in Unity. But thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back soon. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this episode, and if you'd like to see just how some of the concepts we've covered can be brought together into a fully fledged game, then head to portalnauts.com and check out the demo for my game that I've been working on for the last while. It uses a lot of the concepts we've covered so far in the series, as well as other things that we're going to cover in the future. So if you want to get a feel for where we're going and what kind of things you can make with these with the basics of Unity, head over there, try out the game for yourself, and let me know what you think of it, of course. And the best place to let me know is to head to Twitter at Games Plus James. Say hi, I'm always there, ready to say hello and do stupid things. But also, if you'd like to see some of the game being worked on and developed in real time, head to twitch.tv/GamesPlusJames, where I regularly stream development of the game, and you can get to see behind the scenes of how things all work. So, head there, say hello, and I'll see you all in the near future.